Hello and welcome to the Silverman Show. I'm your host Ilene, and on this week's program, our guests discuss Healthy Families Alachua and how their free in-home support programs help families with newborns. And one participant tells us how this organization has made a positive difference in her life. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for our program. Healthy Families Alachua is a free voluntary support program for expectant and new parents. To tell us more about it, I'm pleased to introduce my guest, Cathy Winfrey, Program Manager, Healthy Families Alachua, University of Florida. And Cathy, it's great to have you here.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, certainly. I'm pleased because this is such a valuable program helping so many people in our community, new parents, new moms, some new dads, moving forward in a positive way. And so help us start to understand Healthy Families Alachua. Kind of give us an overview of the program. And first of all, when did it get started here?
Okay, Healthy Families Alachua has been around for 13 years now, since 2000. We're currently in Alachua County, but we're hoping to expand our services into Bradford, Union, and Columbia counties as well.
Okay, great. That might end up on your website so
yes,
people can find it.
Right. And there's also Healthy Families projects all through the state of Florida. So if we have any viewers out there that are in other counties, such as Levy, Dixie, Gilchrist, Swanee, great. Putnam, Clay, we're in other counties as well.
Okay, so that's a very good thing to know. And first of all, a free program. Tell us more about this whole parent education and support that you provide, the nucleus of what you do.
Well, basically, babies don't come with instruction manuals. Being a parent is a tough job, and so that's where we come in to help. We offer free parent education. We are a home visiting program, so the nice thing is we come to you, that you don't have to come to us.
Okay.
And we go out to the homes and educate the parents on different aspects from pregnancy all the way until your baby is as old as 5 years old.
Okay, so you can keep it a good relationship going.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And how do people find out about Healthy Families Alachua?
Well, there's several ways. Our favorite way, of course, is word of mouth.
Okay. Which we're going to help with right now.
Right. One participant may participate in the program and then tell their sister or their cousin or their neighbor or their friend, and they'll say, "Hey, I'm in this great program called Healthy Families, and you should try it too." And so word of mouth is definitely our favorite way to get the word out. But we also get referrals from other agencies, and a third way is when a woman first goes for her first checkup with at the OBGYN office.
Right.
She's offered a screen that asks her certain questions about her pregnancy and things that are going on with her life. And there is an opportunity on that screen where they can sign, "I give permission for Healthy Families to contact me." And if they say yes, we contact them and tell them more about the program.
Well, and that is what I really like is that you do go to them. Mm-hmm. So in that case, like you said, through the screen, in voluntary, they're saying, yes, I can use your help, but they ask for it and you supply it, and it seems like in very positive ways. How many people are in your office to make all this happen?
Well, we currently have 8 family support workers,
okay.
And those are the parent educators.
That's who goes into the home, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have 2 family assessment workers who go out for the very first visit to get to know the families a little bit better and find out what their needs are, because different families might have different needs. So
right.
the first home visit would be with the family assessment worker.
Okay.
And then we also have a licensed mental health counselor on staff who can provide free counseling. Sometimes women experience postpartum depression or their stress or whatever's going on with them. We can also offer them free counseling in addition to the parent education and support.
Okay, so that, and now not all of the healthy families around the state of Florida, for instance, have a mental health counselor, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
There's about 36 Healthy Families projects throughout the state of Florida, and 9 of them have a licensed mental health counselor on staff, and we're lucky enough to be one of them.
Yes, because that's, again, an important component of all that you're doing. And what do you see in terms of the demographics of the people that are receiving or participating in your program? Can you help us understand?
Well, Healthy Families is available to everyone.
Okay.
There are no income guidelines, so
Okay.
you don't have to be a certain percentage below the poverty level to qualify for our services.
Okay.
So we're open to everyone. It is true that the majority of our participants are between the ages of 20 and 30. Some married, some not married, some single moms, some teen moms.
Right.
We have some families where the dad's the primary participant, and we
Okay.
work with the dads.
And you work with them. Okay. So it's not just a nice little box. It's everybody, and you're out there to help everyone, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
And we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with more. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Talking about Healthy Families Alachua, and you really cover a lot of ground, as a matter of fact. Tell us more, Cathy, about some of the aspects of parenting, how you help parents out there with the difficulties of a newborn and raising a little one.
Okay. Well, we like to start prenatally with the parents if at all possible.
Right.
So we can teach them how to bond with their babies before the baby is even born. So we encourage them to do things like sing to their babies and rub their bellies, and even read books to their babies.
Yeah.
While they're in utero. And then once the baby's born, we come out every week to the home and teach them all kinds of helpful information as far as how to calm a crying baby, for example. The dangers of shaken baby syndrome.
Okay, right.
The dangers of co-sleeping or having your baby sleep in unsafe conditions,
Right.
Environments.
And then by doing that in the home, I mean, it seems really helpful because you can really see the living conditions, the quarters. It's helpful. You get to really know, it seems, the person more
Right.
thoroughly by being in their home environment.
Right, and as a matter of fact, with their permission, we even do a home safety check where we go around the house and make sure, are there little plugs in the outlets, and are there maybe cords hanging from the blinds that could be a choking hazard? Are there bodies of water that could be a drowning hazard? So we will help them baby-proof their houses as well and make sure that it's a safe environment for the baby.
Because you think, these are things that just don't always come naturally to know.
Right.
And then you go further. You've got your mental health counselor. Do you sort of help people move forward in their life, say?
Definitely. One of our goals is to help the families with what we call self-sufficiency. So,
Okay.
for example, if a parent needed help getting their high school diploma or getting a college degree or getting a job, whatever their goal may be, we help them set goals and reach their goals. So oftentimes families might not have all these things when they start in the program,
Right.
but by the time they finish with their program, they do. And so we definitely help them with self-sufficiency.
Well, that's great, because then you're educating them as to taking care of the baby, but you're providing a new path for their life, and that seems to me, a real plus.
Right.
And when you, in doing all this, in working with this and everything, how do you kind of keep all this going all the time? Like, how many people could you have? How many participants could be in this program at one time?
Well, we can serve about 200 families.
Okay.
Right now, we are currently serving about 140, so we do have openings. So if there's any viewers
Okay.
out there that are expecting a baby, or maybe you have a friend or a relative or neighbor that's expecting a baby, we'd like them to pass the word about this program, because it's free.
Right.
We come to you, and you don't have to come to us, and so...
That makes it easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's people without transportation, or maybe if it's a mom and dad, only one, the dad's driven to work, mom can't get there. I mean, that's
Exactly.
just, you're jumping a lot of hurdles with this
Right.
program. You are really making it. And because babies depend on the parents.
Right.
And like you said, they don't come with a manual.
Exactly.
And then how is it that you tie into the University of Florida?
Well, the University of Florida College of Medicine, Department of OBGYN is our lead agency.
Okay.
And so they provide the administrative aspect of our program. They provide us the human resources, the payroll, the IT. They
Wow.
provide, we have a medical director, Dr. Russos Ross, who provides us guidance and consultation.
Right.
So we're very blessed to have the
You
University
are.
of Florida as our lead agency because they offer us a lot of support.
Oh, that is great. So every Healthy Families program around the state has a lead agency.
That's right.
Okay.
And not all lead agencies are the same. You know, like we said, we have University of Florida, another
Might have
Healthy
something.
Families program might have the local county health department as their lead agency.
Okay. Well, I think, yes, you're very blessed to have the University of Florida and all those
Definitely.
very competent people at the College of Medicine to be a part of what you're doing. That's an asset. And we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, one of your success stories is going to share her story with us, and we look forward to that. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back talking about Healthy Families Alachua, and I'm pleased to introduce my guest, Kelly Christian, participant in the program. And Kelly, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
And it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And I'm impressed that you were willing to come on and speak and share your story.
Mm-hmm.
And I congratulate you on your cute 2-year-old son.
Thank you.
And kind of go back a little with us and tell us, how did you get involved in the program Healthy Families Alachua? How did you find out about it in the first place?
I was 8 months pregnant,
Okay.
and I was alone in Gainesville and didn't know what to do, and was scared about having a baby. And a neighbor had told me about Healthy Families, and so I Googled it, and I found the number, and they gave me a call back and came out to the house and did an assessment, and it just asked me a couple questions,
Right.
and then set me up with a counselor,
Okay. And who's your counselor?
Miss Freddie.
Okay, and she's still with you, right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
So this was before, like you said, before you had your son.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you end up, a little bit about yourself, how did you end up in Gainesville and in this circumstance?
I was a victim of domestic violence, and I just ended up in Gainesville because of my son's father. And then when he went to prison, I was all alone.
Okay, with a child coming.
Yes.
That is pretty scary.
Yeah.
I mean, just even normal circumstances of giving birth, it is scary, but now you've got
Yeah.
everything. Did you feel like, who can I turn to? What do I do?
Yeah, that's pretty much where I was. I didn't know what to do with a small child. I didn't know if I was equipped to take care of a small child,
What to
and
do.
I just wanted somebody to help me understand how to take care of a child.
All
And
right.
that's what I wanted.
Okay, and so here comes Miss Freddie. About how often did she start in her visits, and how long would she stay with you?
She started coming once a week, and she would stay for about an hour, sometimes a little bit longer. And she would answer any question that I had. She would educate me on things I didn't even know I needed to know.
Right.
And
First there was the birth itself.
yeah, and that just scared me.
Right, I understand.
Yeah, and but she made me feel confident to have a baby,
That
and
you could do it.
yeah, and to know that my intuition was right because he was my baby, and I was his mother.
Right, and that you needed that confidence
Yes.
to know that I can know what's best, and have somebody to ask. I mean, because the baby starts out and then it's ever changing.
Yes.
So
Every
you have
day is different.
Right, you have to have continuous questions.
Yes. And I used to just take notes and be ready when she would come because, yeah.
Yeah, then you'd have your series of questions.
Yes.
Okay, now having a baby in the best of circumstances, is just a life change.
Yes.
in your case, say, how do you view having the baby emotionally? Does it stir up a lot of things? And
Yes.
how do you handle all this?
Yes, I was abused as a child, and so having a child made me want to protect him from what I had experienced. I didn't ever wanted him to have to experience what I experienced,
Right.
and it's very stressful. And just with the lack of sleep that you go through the first couple months is just exacerbates.
much, yeah.
Yeah, everything. And Miss Freddie picked up on that, and she referred me to the counselor that Healthy Families has, who started coming out to the house every week. And it just helped me deal with a lot of emotional issues that I had from a young child all the way through my life.
Right. So then the arrival of your son kind of brings all that back. You've got to work through it. So that's another component of Healthy Families,
Yes.
Alachua, which is very important. Right. And what about in other ways, like just moving ahead? Now your son's 2. Give us his name and a little about him again.
His name's Braylon. He's 2 years old. He just started preschool at the Rock School.
Excellent.
He's very smart, very bright. He loves dogs. He'll point out every dog he sees. But he's just a great little boy and just loves to have fun and be loved and to learn.
Right. You must feel good because you know you were giving him the kind of childhood that you really deserved yourself,
Yes.
but sadly did not get. But now, so you've broken that chain.
Yes.
You've changed it
Yes.
for him.
And that was my whole goal.
Right. To now you can let that go.
Yes. And we can just move forward. And I mean, I see him with the brightest future possible. And it's amazing.
And what about the future for yourself? What are your goals?
To be a business owner and to help women who are victims of domestic violence, and to just change the world and fulfill God's purpose for my life.
So you feel, right, you spoke to me, we talked about life's purpose.
Yeah.
You feel that it's before you, the path has been, opened up.
Yeah, and before I didn't know what my purpose was or what I was supposed to do. And now, I mean, everything's bright and open, and I mean, the world is at my fingertips.
I love it. I love it. I know
So-
Ms. Freddie and all of Healthy Families, Alachua, and the congregation at the Rock. They're so
Yeah.
proud of you, and we are too.
you.
And I wish you just many blessings ahead.
Thank
for
you.
you and Braylon.
Thanks.
Thank you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're talking about Healthy Families, Alachua. And Cathy, you have got to be proud of Kelly. That was a great conversation with her, and I'm proud for her.
Yeah, she's definitely one of our success stories.
Yes, and I think that's a very good thing. And yet I'm thinking about all these people that you're helping, and how do you train your staff, your family support workers, to get them out into the field, to have the rapport that obviously